What's up, everybody? It's been quite a while since I've gone live on Instagram here and on YouTube. I'm doing it simultaneously, so let me know if you can hear me. I felt super inspired today to share with you all where I've been and how this 23-day journey has unfolded, because we just traveled for 23 days, you guys, with a 1.5-year-old, camping all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Carlsbad, California. And let me tell you, it was a struggle to do it with a 1.5-year-old baby. And I want to tell you how it went. So I want to talk about God and how God made miracles along the way, even though we felt like things were crushing down and a flat tire and things. I want to talk about sexuality, and I want to talk about making money. All these things on the road while surrendering to things falling on us in a Honda Accord, okay? And having a 1.5-year-old like be on my lap the whole time because we had no other space. So it's such a big lesson. Like when you say yes to life, when you say yes to the quantum leap, when you say yes to the next thing, because you intuitively learn to trust in the highest, right? In God always delivering to you a message like, go this way, say yes to this uncomfortable thing, even though you can't sleep and you're so scared. Like, how many of you have ever been at a crossroad and you're just like, oh, what's gonna happen next? And then the little voice inside goes, surrender, surrender. So this is what was happening to me and God speaking through me as we were ending our journey, almost 4 years living on the beach in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right? The time I was coming to an end. And then if there was an opening, oh, your dad wants to spend more time with the baby, right? Okay, like what would happen if we made the quantum leap, the jump to move to California? What's up, everybody? So then I was like, okay, surrender. Yes, we're going to California on a road trip with a tent with a 1.5-year-old. Okay. And as we were driving, one of the first lessons, because the cooler was standing in between us, right? And we had ice inside of it, and the baby was moving around, and Anthony was driving, and the cooler was falling, and the ice was falling on my important books and things that were important to me. And inside of me, sometimes the anger would come up, right? Oh my God. And then it's like, wait, this is the moment to breathe. This is the moment you're using your tools in your toolkit to bring you back to balance. And at that moment where the anger comes up, right? Because when you're faced with situations that are outside of your control, you're triggered. That moment, the first lesson was like, okay, God's got a plan, right? Breathe through this. And when you see yourself, because you can be the awareness and you're watching, right? Watching yourself from the outside, not react, it's a miracle. Are you guys catching this? Like when you don't react to something that's happening in front of you, especially if you have a baby, it's like a cheerleader inside of you wakes up and it's like, whoa, you did it, girl. You've come home. You got the tools. You remember that God has a bigger plan for you. What's up? Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. If you got any questions about this journey, please let me know. So I do want to talk about the God lessons first. So the lesson in surrender and the lesson in breathing and always returning back to the breath, right? And remembering that God has a bigger plan. When we had a flat tire, when there was a tornado warning that came on in Texas when we were driving, Anthony pulled over slowly because he was trying to figure out what happened with the car. And he was like, oh, I think we may have a flat tire. Everything on the screen started to go boom, 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 noise. And I was like, you think you can still drive it off the freeway? And I said it in a patient way while still working on the computer with a baby on my lap. He said, yeah, I think so. But wait, everything is on. Shouldn't we just call AAA? And I said, do you think we can make it out of here safely? Out of the freeway? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, let's go. So in the storm, in the midst of the storm, if you can become the beacon of light, if you can be the center of the tornado, then you have come home. As soon as we get off the freeway, there is a gas station. And I'm at this point with my sister in her car because she was doing the journey with us as we were all staying in tents. And luckily, we have an inflatable tent and we have an AC unit. We came prepared for this journey, right? An AC unit for the tent. So we're doing a glamping style, that situation with the baby. As I'm driving with my sister in her car, okay, we are going to find somewhere to walk the dog. And as you guys have seen, some of you, I talked about the Malbis Memorial Church for all walks of faith that we saw, that we pulled over, and literally it was like God opened the door. I go into this church. I end up spending over 2 hours with the people in there, and it was just like stream of consciousness was just like we were talking about, like everything that had to do with spirit, God, physicality, metaphysical, all the paintings that were there from Greece, how this church came about, how it was a legacy that only happened 20 years after this person passed away. That was his dying wish. And he made so many things for people, changed their life in so many different ways. And as I was walking out of that church, I was given 7 candles as a gift. And it was just, the whole situation was a blessing. And none of that would have been possible, that moment, that miracle, that magic, if we didn't get a flat tire and if we didn't manage our vibrational state, right? In being in a state of surrender during this whole experience. So how many of you right now can relate that the more you find a way to surrender to what happens, not to you, not for you, right? But really from you to help you become the best you, the more you open yourself up to magic and a portal and frequency shifting and miracles that weren't available before. It's like detours navigating you because there's a higher consciousness, there's a higher intelligence at work every single second. And it's like, are we listening to that voice? The voice that helps us shift, align, connect, remember. Or are we dismissing it because we're too much in structure, trying to defend limitations? So these are the first 2 lessons I learned, has to do with God and surrendering to what happens from you, for you, to help you shift, remember, understand, right? Then when I talk about sexuality, right, it's like when you're in a divine union because you create the dream relationship, whether you are in one right now or not, when you feel like you're talking to yourself because you're on the same page and you're always authentic and you're communicating your truth, it's like you're getting mind fucked, right? And it's an orgasm in itself, and it's such incredible sexuality. Sometimes people don't remember this, that being on the same page with their significant other is sex. That attracting your dream clients when you don't feel like it's a client, but you're both in the same vibration and you're completing each other's sentences, this is sex, right? Because you're in the vortex, and I call this the love vortex. What's up? Thank you for joining, right? Like sexuality is feeling union, is feeling oneness, is being in the moment present with somebody, whether it's hard, whether it's soft, just like sex. But you're in it to win it, and you're together in the moment, right? And you're sharing this experience and you're tuning in. And this is why I love, through this journey, 23 days with a 1.5-year-old, across country in camping style is because it allowed me to see that I can work on the road and I can shift my frequency and I can turn on an AC and just have my channeled Zoom sessions, enrolling clients, receiving money from God through people that need alignment on the road, that the circumstances don't have to be right. You don't have to be sitting in a comfortable environment for you to tune in to your highest self, to allow for money to come through, to fill your cup of love. So many people, and myself included, I used to be like that, where it's like the circumstances have to be right. The physical environment has to be right for me to feel lit up, to want to work on my thing. But the thing is, when you say yes and you start overcoming yourself and just saying yes and creating whatever you're creating, whether it is a master class and you happen to be on the road with maybe a shaky Wi-Fi, right? Maybe it is a second, third level conversation with a dream client. Maybe it's a dream client session and you don't know how it's going to work out, but you say yes. God provides miracles for you to see that all of creation is here to help you, right? So we talked about God and surrendering and shifting frequency and shifting vibration no matter what happens, because we're like an antenna, right? In the moment we can shift the frequency and allow. And how do you make money? The last point, like making money on the road while there's chaos and all of that. Like when people say yes to their identity as a coach, as a mentor, as a leader, what's up? Then they have no choice but to deliver, right? But to be that, to beam it. Frequency comes first. So when you become it and you're serving your people, one at a time, a group, genius comes through. And sometimes I want to welcome some of you who are used to coaching via just like sitting on a Zoom. I want to welcome you to like move and shift your energy around and walk around while you're talking, because sometimes the genius wants to come through when you are in movement and not being still. Because remember, a body that's in motion stays in motion, allows for more things that are emotions to come in, attracts to things that are engaged, because people would rather be more engaged in their dream, in their passion, in their purpose, right? Allowing for it to come in, because people want to be around the energy of fire. People want to be around the juiciness of their own sexuality, accepting their liberation. Like people want to be expressing themselves to the fullest outside of the motherfucking box that is created, right? So when you say yes to being your higher self identity, your $1 million mentor identity, whatever that identity is, then you step into it fully. And if you make up, no makeup, you're in the middle of a forest and you got a coaching call, you walk around, you take that call, and you let God speak. Because it's just miracles happen. Like those beautiful things have happened, like that help me understand what the F a niche is. What is a brand, higher levels of awareness past the human design and gene key mastery that I have and obsession. Like it just came through walking in the forest, through saying yes, God frequency downloads, and it's like, whoa, you are the niche. It is your voice, it is your vibration, it is your tone. It is not the 3D stuff we are like used to, where it's like, oh wait, like you are a lawyer, you fit into that. No. Yeah, maybe part of you is a lawyer. It will attract those people, but really it's like your frequency, your vibration, your highest self, highest form, your intention, the way you delivered, the frequency that you are. That's your niche. That's your brand. You're not here to be put in a box. You're here to live every single day. Hi, Jessica, I love you so much, to the motherfucking fullest. Because we never know what day could be the last. And today you can say, oh my God, I really lived. Right? And that's all that matters. See, I got goosebumps. Wherever you're watching from, drop Let me know what resonates. I'm here for you. I got an incredible masterclass I just created that was channeled. It's a frequency shift because it's about becoming the signal. It's becoming aligned for your people that have been looking for you. It's beyond story. It's a vibration. It's a frequency of truth, God frequency, fuck it frequency, reality. That's who you are. So the niche is who you are, right? And we have beautiful tools that help you understand that and embody that. And structures are created after the frequency has been shifted to accept and allow for that new identity to become you. Sometimes people, like myself included, we are so accustomed to structures. We live in a world that's a matrix based, and it's like, prove it to me, show it to me. But the inside is, it has to be feeling like alive. There has to be a fire that is formed from inside of your soul, right? Because if today is the last day, ask yourself, like, if you had 6 months left to live, would you be doing this? Are you playing full out? Are you truth telling? Or are you facing the consequences? Of playing small, of fitting into a box, of using 3D matrix to understand what a niche is or what the brand is? Because we came here to ascend out of 3D, to remove woo, a fucking frequency, right? Like, get rid of the structure and let yourself be. Because for somebody, this shaking right now is activating the God frequency. Like, the weirdness is somebody's liberation. What's up? So if you're watching me right now, here, put one hand on your heart, another one out, and say, I'm ready to play full out. I'm ready to play full out. And if you resonate, what's up? Holla back. Check out the website I got, dasha.love or Story to Millions, and let's vibe out. But not only that, let's create results and become magnetic to miracles, because it happens fast. Once you make a commitment to be in a fuck it frequency, in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the Lord, whatever you call the oneness, to always operate, right, without fear, 100% faith all the way, and remembering the truth and balance and coming back to the oneness. That's mastery. And that nothing outside of you can ever fulfill the person you become inside your soul, being fully, authentically, unapologetically, expressively, uniquely, weirdly you. So, I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching. Love you, Jessica. If this turns you on, I welcome you to play with me. Go to storytomillions.com or dasha.love and stay in the love vortex every single day. Don't let anyone belittle you, make you feel stupid, try to put you in a structure bubble, into a system. We're meant to break through the systems. Systems is a good way to see what could work, but ultimately, quantum happens when you expand your own frequency and tune into your own fucking frequency, God, and trust your own voice. Okay? I love you all so much. Love you, Jessica. Mwah! Have the best day. Coming to you live again tomorrow. Shimmy, shimmy.